Libra, this is Kajora Lovely with your general reading for the month of July 2019. In this reading, I'll be reading you with the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot. Let's see what's going on with Libra for July 2019. Okay, so where you are right now is the sun, Leo energy. This is usually feeling pretty good. The sun is all about success, recognition. I don't know why. For some of you, I'm hearing voyeurism and escape, so I'm not sure who that applies to. But, maybe be careful. Check, make sure no one's watching through your windows. Usually this means, though, that there's good things going on and you're acknowledging it. You're seeing that they're going on. What's influencing you is the Knight of Swords. There's some new opportunity or something that you're kind of diving into, that you're excited about, and you're ready to start this new endeavor. What's influencing you, it's very interesting. Got death, which of course is not a literal death. It's a metaphorical death, as in transformation and change. It's a Scorpio energy. This usually means that there's some big transformation or something going on in your life at this moment. And it could also have to do with some of these eclipses that will be going on in the month of July. But let's see. Can't get any more information on that. Queen of Swords in reverse. This relates to your element of air, so some of you may not be feeling as intelligent, wise, emotionally intelligent as you would like to be. Sometimes this means you're feeling decisive in your power, you're getting things done, but it could be that that's changing. Maybe it could be some of you, your mental state is shifting this month. Two of Pentacles in reverse. If there were two things that you were juggling, you're dropping one of them. And it's going to be just one. And yeah, Ten of Swords. So now they're getting a little redundant, which means they kind of made their point. That means it's an ending. So there's some kind of shift and end coming. And what will this end bring about for Libra? Ten of Pentacles. Stability, security, possibly family, marriage, relationship. Usually this is happy home, happy relationship dynamic, feeling like you have enough money, feeling stable, secure, that sort of thing. So whatever it is, that is what it's bringing about. It could just be that in the moment, the transformation is kind of hairy for some of you. What's also going on as you've got the Seven of Cups in reverse. This is also influencing you this month. I usually see the Seven of Cups as representing the 7 deadly sins, as you can kind of see in this artwork. What it usually means is that if it felt like the only options you had before, either in life in general or in a certain situation, were only bad ones, that energy is changing and you're going to have better options moving forward. Can you tell us anything else about that? Six of Pentacles in reverse. So that could be when it comes to relationships where there hasn't been an equal give and take. I feel like for a lot of you, this could be romantic, but it could also relate to work or a friendship. But anything where usually Six of Pentacles energy is like when you're in a position to give, you give. When you need something, you need help, people give back. But it's having those dynamics in your life where there's that equal flow and give and take. If that hasn't been happening and you haven't found anyone, or a situation where people aren't willing to give, then that will be changing. Those options will be changing. In the near future, you've got the Three of Cups in reverse. So this could mean possible cheating, something going wrong with a friend, maybe drinking a little too much. Let's see what else they have to say about that. Temperance. Well, find your own balance is usually, it could be a Sagittarius that you're dealing with, but usually I see this as finding your own internal emotional harmony and balance is key with whatever else is going on. What else, where you are this month too, is the Lovers. So this could be an actual relationship. You could be dealing with with a Gemini, another air sign. Usually, though, with this, as far as it can also be making a decision of some sort. I'll pull another card. But when it comes to relationships, sometimes, because this is usually depicted as Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, the message is to make sure you get a lay of the land and all the players involved before making a commitment or a life-altering decision, because sometimes this is like, not everything is quite as it seems. So make sure you know what's really going on first. Let's see. What else can you tell us about the lepers for Libra? King of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you may be dealing with an earth sign who's not necessarily coming from a great place. Or it could be that some of you are not feeling grounded. For some reason I'm getting emotionally secure, but also this relates to finances. So as financially secure as you want. I mean, that's coming, but you're not quite there yet. We've also got the Four of Swords. So if you're kind of taking a break or a rest from conflict or even the outside world, that will also be changing. You'll be coming out of that. What's also influencing you this month is the Ace of Wands. You're going to have some kind of new project coming in, something new. Seven of Swords. Be careful. Tell us more about that. Four of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Because the Seven of Swords usually relates to someone who's like liar, cheat, manipulator, thief, that kind of thing. So be careful when dealing with people in this new project. You've got the Four of Wands in reverse, which sometimes means there's still a celebration. There's friends involved. It may look a little traditional, but it's still overall good. So it's something, it's interesting. You've got like these two new things, a new project, friend, celebration. But then you have this weird energy that's kind of sandwiched in the middle of it. So what can Libra do about that? Page of Cups. For some reason I'm hearing be the herald of good news. This is usually about like good news coming in. So there is something about focusing on the positive, but at the same time, Page of Cups can be sometimes kind of immature energy. It's very young energy. Two of Swords in reverse. Well, okay. So whatever the situation is, if you get to a point where you're not really quite sure what decision to make, you're going to be finding the energy, the motive, the wherewithal within you to make that decision. When the Two of Swords is in reverse, it usually means that you went from being at a stalemate to making a decision. So whatever it is, it could be that you're seeing a way forward. And maybe the new project is to help you get out of a situation where someone's being manipulative, lying, cheating, stealing, that sort of thing. As far as the outcome goes, as of right now, you've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. Now, this can usually mean that you're not really feeling as emotionally settled or grounded or satisfied as you want. Well, and that makes sense because you've got a lot of got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, who doesn't? But that's why they're saying too, kind of try to find a way to keep your own emotional balance as much as you can this month. And happiness. And in this case, actually, with the Three of Cups in reverse, I would say it's not drinking. That if you want to keep this, don't party too hard. It may not end well. Or it may not necessarily make you feel better, especially when you're dealing with things that can be a depressant. Because, this thing that's influencing you right here is a big change. This is a huge shift. So I feel like go easy on yourself, but don't take it too hard. So what else can Libra keep in mind this month? Okay. There's a lot of court cards in this reading, which could also mean that you're dealing with a lot of other people's energy, that you've got a lot of players in your life this month. And you've got air, water, earth, fire, water, earth. So it could be people with those signs, people who are emotional, who are intelligent, who are feisty, who are creative, but it sounds like everybody's going to be coming around. And it's mainly, you've got 1 king, you've got 2 queens, you've got 3 knights. Oh, sorry, you have 3 queens. Yeah, there's a lot of energy. You'll be maybe dealing with a lot of women. You could be dealing with people who are not necessarily emotionally mature. And with the 3 knights, sort of like people in their late 20s energy, that kind of thing, that kind of maturity level. So where you are is the moon. So this means that you're meant to kind of go inward a little bit. I'm hearing do some self-talk and some self-judging, but not in a bad way. This is usually about like kind of exploring your subconscious for some answers that you may have been, I'm hearing, ignoring from your past. So you've also got the Queen of Wands. Again, you could be dealing with someone who is a fire sign, not coming from the best place, or it could be your energy. Either way, it's like energy of someone who is not really feeling their creativity, their kind of, in their fire element, which can be very passionate, very loud, very vocal, a little intense. You've also got the Knight of Cups. So there is good news coming because you got the Page and the Knight of Cups. So usually I see these messengers as a sign that something good is coming that will make you satisfied in the future, even if it's not yet. You've also got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So when it comes to money, there are some delays as far as creating a methodical approach. However, you are about to walk through a portal of some sort with the 3 of Wands. There is some big change coming. And I feel like it could be the stability that's coming in the future. This is you kind of opening a new doorway for yourself. You want to move things forward in your life and you're kind of figuring out how right now. And with that, they're saying, trust your intuition, your internal guidance. The High Priestess is about your own mystical, spiritual journey. So I feel like finding your own way to tap into that guidance and intelligence for yourself. Also, one of the cards that came up in the beginning, this deck has moon cards. This is last quarter or first quarter, depending on how you're looking at it. So you could look and see when those are taking place in the month of July. Usually the first quarter is like starting on a project. Last quarter is knowing when to harvest. First quarter is right after the new moon. So about a week usually, I would say. So around July 10th-ish will be the first quarter. Last quarter will be closer to the end of the month. And there are 2 dark moons and 2 new moons in the month of July. That's the only month where that's happening this year. So there's a lot of new beginnings starting, a lot of going inward, because we're pretty much starting. July 3rd is the day of the new moon in Cancer. July 31st is the new moon in Leo. And then August we'll have 2 full moons. And I know at least the first new moon and the full moon are going to be eclipses. So it might help to look into that energy for you because that might give you some internal guidance when it comes to what you should be doing with that. But I feel like paying attention to how far you've come might kind of help doing some self-reflection as much as you can. I'm also going to end with pulling a card from this deck, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit, to give you some just general advice to keep in mind for the month of July. Octopus, water element. Interesting. So I'm going to read the description from this book so that you can have all the information that comes with this card. But you can always Google more if you want to. If you keep seeing this animal, you can always look it up online and see if there's any other information that's relevant for you. Octopus, reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. When in balance, interested, engaged, intelligent. When out of balance, needy, clingy, lacks courage. To bring into balance, space to oneself, and talk therapy. So, there are some memes where they kind of say similar things about Libras. So I would say that that's probably part of the challenge for you this month is creating healthy boundaries and learning when to gauge your own energy and someone else's. You know, you can always wear black tourmaline, ask for protection, that sort of thing before you go out in public or deal with other people. But yeah, maybe taking some time to yourself too, if and when you need it this month. So I hope you have a wonderful month of July, Libra, and I will see all of you again next month.